this all situated. Alright, well, let's gotta find a match here and then get into the discussion at hand. You know, I've seen a bunch of crap on the news and social media all surrounding all this gun control and because of the recent school shootings down in Florida, you know. And I'll tell you, what really kind of chaps my ass about the whole situation is, at what point are we going to hold the individuals responsible for the stupidity, accountable for their own actions? Why is it that we as a society tend to always want to focus our attention and place blame on things that really aren't the problem? Everybody wants to talk about gun control. Well, wake up, people. We already have gun control. That's why there are procedures in place to obtain a firearm. The people that abide by the rules are not the ones per se that are causing all the problems. I mean, that's like saying, you know, you get a DUI, blame the beer.
We're breaking their backs.
or whatever alcohol that, you know, you were consuming prior to getting a DUI.
We're dominating them.
That's like saying, you know, those knuckleheads that do bomb threats, don't hold them accountable. Let's blame the bombs. The bombs are the problem. Well, guess what? Us as society, we are the problem. You know, I mean, like I said, there are plenty of procedures in place to, you know, control guns and so on and so forth. But guess what? People that are doing crazy crap are the ones that probably aren't following the damn rules anyway. And yeah, I'm doing this as a live comm, you know, so it's, you know, I may lose a little bit of, damn it, I may lose a little bit of focus from time to time, and I apologize in advance, but I figured doing live is going to give you a more of a real perspective, other than, you know, giving you some salty ass covered up gameplay with some sort of commentary behind it. You know, this is something that it just really chaps my ass, though. You know, and this is coming from I'm a 22-year military veteran, United States Marine Corps. You know, did my 22 years, and, you know, disabled veteran, so on and so forth. Now, things are a lot different today than they were, say, when I was growing up. You know, obviously. I mean, there was only 3 ways of communicating with somebody back when I was a child, and you either wrote them a letter, called them on the telephone, a landline. You know, you didn't have none of this high-tech gadgetry, or you went and seen them in person. I mean, there was, damn, I suck. There wasn't none of this social, lack of social interaction. You know, we spent a lot of time outdoors. We all had street smarts. I mean, you got to be kidding me. You mean tell me that a teenager in high school doesn't have the mental cognizance to know wrong from right? Come on. I mean, if that's the case, then how explain to me again how we're gonna blame guns on the issues at hand?
Fire superiority.
It's just an easy way for somebody to use gun control as a scapegoat because we as a society want to fail to recognize the real problem. You know, I'm a law-abiding citizen. You know, again, I'm a U.S. citizen, I'm a law-abiding citizen, I'm a military veteran, you know, honorably served my country for more than 2 decades, you know, damn lag, but I gotta sit here and, you know, succumb to some of the crap in society because, you know, you got some damn social degenerates out there and, you know, that don't want to choose the right path of Jesus. You know, I mean, come on. I mean, give me a break.
Firing battery 1. Target position confirmed.
As long as we give these morons some sort of avenue of an out, you know, we're never going to get better as a society. You know, we're never going to get better as human beings. I don't care what country you're in. You know, I mean, everybody wants to take away our freedoms and liberties, and you know, I'm going to make another video on other topics here in the near future, but this is the one I thought that we really needed to focus on at the moment, because that's like the most current situation that we're dealing with. But you know, I was listening to news, or I was watching news, listening to what these nerds were talking about this morning, these social degenerates, these, you know, these sissies, you know, basically. But what it boils down to is they were on national television, and why we give these children, you know, a platform such as like news to express themselves. I mean, wasn't it a teenager that did the school shootings to begin with? Now, listen to all these damn kids talking about the individual. They all clearly have stated that this individual had some serious mental issues. You know, I mean, whether it was, you know, he didn't know what love felt like, or he didn't have friends, and they all said that they knew at some point that something like this was just inevitable. Well, let me tell you something. You guys are just as damn guilty as the stupid ass that grabbed the damn gun and decided to damn walk into a public education place and start shooting the place up. I don't care what his method of the madness was, or what his justification for his actions were. You know, I don't care how many damn participation awards he was left out of because he felt, you know, whatever, secluded from society. I mean, but that doesn't make, you know, his actions acceptable. You know, we have child molesters, rapists, gangs, drug lords, all these people that are out there in society, and there are control measures in place to, you know, make the place safe. The lawbreakers are going to continue to, damn, I suck. They're going to continue to do what they're going to do, and all you're doing is handcuffing the ones that are actually doing what we're supposed to be doing, obeying the laws, living, you know, respectable lifestyles, you know, and it's, you know, it's unhealthy. I mean, I refer to it as wussification of America. You know, we as a society have become so soft, and it's disturbing. I mean, these kids today, they have zero street smarts. You know, I have 3 kids of my own, 2 of them which are in high school. I got a senior and a junior, and I'll tell you, you know, they are confined to technology. You know, and here I am. I'm talking about gun control and so on and so forth, and I'm playing a Call of Duty first-person shooter game. Well, guess what? You know, I'm a damn grown-ass adult. I monitor even what my teenagers do on a day-to-day basis. You know, do I know everything they're doing? Absolutely not. I mean, because you know, there's only so much that I'm going to be able to be in the know of. But I tell you, I know my kids pretty damn well, and I could just tell by their actions and the way they're acting if things aren't quite right. Just like all these kids in that damn high school knew that this shooter had some things going on. You know, was in a depressed mindset, felt unaccepted, whatever.
Advance and take position.
But it baffles me how these same students that are calling this kid out after the fact want to go and say, you know, we need gun control. Well, no, we don't. We already have gun control. Gun control is already in effect. What we need is supervision. What we need is people to be held accountable for their own damn actions. That's what we need. We need, where are these parents? I mean, how is this kid able to, you know, a teenager, a high school kid, how is he supposed to be able to do what he did, and why does nobody know about it until after it's too late? You know, but going back to his peers, they need to damn police their own. You know, at some point, they need to hold themselves a little bit accountable, because the ones that felt that he was a danger to himself or society did nothing. Why? Because today we are grooming these soft ass social degenerates to feel that, you know, anybody wants to use freedom of speech for any other reason other than when they're supposed to. You know, I mean, they can get on national television and talk about, oh, gun control, da 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 da, or this kid, he was a lunatic and it was only a matter of time before he was going to do something like that. Well, where was all this advice prior to the damn school shooting? How many counselors, how many teachers, how many adults, how many law enforcement officials, how many people were in the know that this individual was suffering through whatever it was that he was suffering? And I feel my heart goes out to him and his family and everybody that was affected by this whole tragic incident. You know, don't get it twisted. There's some serious issues here at hand. I mean, there's a lot of people that were, you know, responsible and should have been, could have, you know, alleviated this whole situation, or at least mitigate it to a healthy level. You know, not that any child's life, I mean, because I know damn well how I would feel if, you know, I got a damn phone call that my kids were involved in some stupidity like that, or, you know, I'd be devastated. You know, but I'll be even more devastated to learn that my damn kids knew about an individual's situation and the potential or likelihood of an incident, you know, arising because, you know, instability or, you know, just everyday common stressors. I mean, kids today, they feel that they're stressed, and, you know, while their stress is stress, it's not the same kind of stress as, you know, having to support a family, or, you know, dealing with a terminally ill child, or, you know, losing a loved one or anything like that. I mean, it's just day-to-day growing pain stress. We all go through it. Everybody goes through it. Everybody's lived through it. Anybody that's ever walked on 2 feet deals with different types of stress, and everybody has their own ways of being able to deal with it. You some people are a little more fragile, and nowadays in today's society, our society is very soft, and it's absolutely scary. And until we focus our efforts and place blame where the blame is needed to be placed, we're never going to get away from this. This is bullshit. But I'm sorry I keep getting off topic. I keep getting distracted here. But every damn time somebody ends up in a situation where guns are involved, the first thing they want to say is, oh, we need gun control. No, we need self-control. How about that shit? How about have a little bit of mental awareness and practice, legitimate stupid ass. But, again, self-control. Maybe get off the damn G Fuel, you dumbass. That's what you get. Stop sipping your damn G Fuel, sitting behind a damn computer screen your entire life. Get out there, make a positive difference in life. Quit crying, quit complaining, quit giving out damn awards for, your social existence. If you suck, you suck. Get better. If people don't like you, change the way you damn act. How about that? If you get bad grades, seek assistance from peers, teachers, whatever. You have to care about your damn self to make a difference in yourself. Not everything is going to be just given to you. Not everything's free. Nothing's free. How about that? I shouldn't have did that. You got to learn to accept and grow stronger from mistakes. If you're handed everything in life, you're not going to get better. You're just going to, I could throw a bunch of people under the bus right now, even from commentators, that are, just socially screwed because they just had way too easy an existence. And I'm not hating on their success. What I'm hating on is their success has made them feel as though they are invincible and they don't have to adapt. What in the hell is going on here? They don't have to adapt to everyday life. I even talk to my kids. Thanks. I even talk to my kids about stuff daily. And they just don't. They honestly don't understand that. They have to support themselves at some point. They and they don't come out and say it, but it's just through interaction with them and trying to educate them and make them better in society, that you kind of just put two and two together and realize that they really don't understand that having a driver's license and driving a car is not a toy, that you have to really pay attention, be aware of your surroundings. They don't realize that medical coverage isn't automatic. You have to either pay for it, or you have to have some sort of benefits, either through your employment or, career or whatever it is. They just think because they've had it that the rest of their life it just is automatic. This is stuff that they are not going to know unless we as parents and adults, as mentors, educate them on. One of the most important professions that we have today are our educators. And they're probably the most underpaid individuals, bar none. And it's disgusting. You know, I mean, here, these parents, I mean, back when I was growing up, it was pretty common to have one parent work, the other one home, or something very similar to that. Nowadays, because of the way things are and the economy and so on and so forth, a lot of families have dual working parents. You know, for the ones that are, you know, the families are still together. I mean, you know, and that's, I don't know what the statistics are. I haven't looked it up, but I mean, there are unfortunately a lot of broken homes for one reason or another. But, you know, just for the sake of argument, you know, whether you live with one parent, you live with both of your parents, it really isn't any different whether you live with one parent and one parent works, or you live with both parents and both parents work. It just, it is the way it is. But, you know, the supervision is not there like it used to be, because there are way too many avenues and outlets to allow kids way too much privacy. Kids don't rate privacy, to be honest with you. I mean, they do to a certain extent. Of course, you know, when they're changing, sleeping, showering, whatever. Of course, you know, don't get it all twisted and turn my words into things that I'm not saying. You know, they rate personal privacy. What they do in life should never be a secret. You know, and, you know, my kids don't like me. They think I'm prying. You know, it's not that I'm prying. It's because I didn't care. You know, I mean, if I didn't care, I'd just let them run loose and, you know, wouldn't set no... I set curfews, and I set parameters, and I set limits on what my children can do. You know, I have one that's about to be 18 next month. I have one that'll be 17 this summer. And I have one that just turned 11. You know, all three of them, three totally different individuals, three totally different personalities, three totally different acceptance levels with, you know, sports, friends, school, whatever. You know, three completely different people. But I tell you what, all three of them know basic right and wrong. And for anybody to say that these kids don't know right and wrong, if that's the case, then your parental status needs to be questioned, or your supervisory guardianship needs to be questioned, because, you know, anybody this late in their damn age, if they try to say, well, they didn't know, well, the problem's a little more underlying than, you know, what we're discussing. So, you know, that needs to be evaluated. But I know for a fact, and, you know, and trust me, my kids are definitely not perfect. Neither am I. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've learned from mistakes, and I've also had a natural instinct inside me to know when to quit. Or, you know, I mean, I've done some pretty kid-like stuff in my life. You know, I mean, we all did. You know, I've done, you know, I've gotten in, you know, my share of fights and altercations and, you know, stupidity. But that's also what's helped me learn how to survive in society. You know, how to survive in the world. because without making mistakes, if everything was just perfect all the damn time, how would you ever know what imperfect or what an imperfection looked like? How would you know that you needed to change something if everything was just right all the time? And nobody's perfect. But to go and, you know, make outlandish accusations and stupid shit, saying like, you know, we need to gun control, you know, come on. No, we don't. Gun control is already in place. What we need is more supervision. That's what we need. We need to be more engaged and involved in what our youth are involved in. Where'd you go? There, got you. That's what needs to take place. You know, yeah, and I'm sure I'm gonna get some people that are gonna, Okie Mix, you're sitting here, you're such a hypocrite. You know, you're talking about this, that, and the other thing, but here you are, you're sitting on a damn video game, and, well, guess what? Like I said, I have 3 kids. My kids are in school. You know, I just got back from a doctor's appointment with one of my children. You know, I'm also a retired military veteran, you know, disabled veteran with a pension. You know, I'm free to do whatever I want to do. My house is paid for. You know, my damn kids are taken care of. There's food on the table. There's clothes on their backs. You know, they get everything they need. And they get a lot of what they want. And they don't get everything they want. Because I would just be just as damn wrong as some of these other damn people out there if I damn gave my kids everything they wanted and they didn't think they had to do anything. You know, but I'll be damned. I want my kids to be successful in life. And if, in order for them to be successful, they gotta suffer some hard truths from time to time, so be it. That's a gamble I'm willing to take. But, you know, watching and listening to these kids and, you know, people on TV talking about gun control and, you know, we need to get rid of guns. Okay, honestly, answer me this honestly. And you could put it in the comments, you could do whatever you want. But tell me honestly, what creating additional parameters of gun control is honestly going to do positively. You know, what benefit are we going to gain from quote unquote gun control? And I'm curious to see what some of your responses are. Again, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. You know, I feel I'm a pretty intelligent individual. I have a pretty level-minded grasp on things. I think I've had plenty of personal experiences to be able to parallel my feelings with. But who knows? Maybe some of you guys out there can give me a little more insight and maybe teach me something I'm not aware of. But be honest. Tell me what you think implementing additional measures of gun control. What benefit you think or you feel are going to come from it. I mean, and play devil's advocate. Tell me why, you know, with your, you know, don't just complain about something and tell me this is wrong or this is what we need to do. Provide what you think a solution should be. You know, don't just talk about it, be about it. You know, I'm a results-driven individual. You know, and I learned a lot of that from my time in the military. You know, if you're going to, you know, be so quick to point out a problem or tell me what's all wrong, well, give me some sort of example of why it's wrong, and and what some sort of solution we can use to overcome some of the issues that we're dealing with. Don't just be all one-sided about it and be like, you know, this is wrong and, you know, we need to fix it. Well, tell me what's wrong, and tell me what you feel is a justifiable or amicable measure to assist, because you alone aren't going to fix anything. You know, but don't just give me and point out everything that's wrong, because I can sit there and do that all day long too. But like I told you, I pointed out what I felt was wrong, and I also gave my, you know, my personal opinion on some of the things that we could do to potentially fix the situation. I mean, this isn't new. This isn't something. Man, that was stupid. This isn't something that just started. I mean, this has been going on for decades now. Many decades. What was it, back in the 30s? You used to be able to order guns via the mail. Kids. There was no age restriction. There was none of this stuff. And guess how many school shootings took place back then? 0. Now we have internet. We have cell phones. We have video games. We have... Everybody thinks that their opinion is more important than everybody else's. Well, how about... take a little bit of, you know, time instead of pointing fingers. How about give some legitimate examples and reasons and what you think we can do to kind of fix the issue. But to hear all these people complain and all they want to say is, oh, we need to implement gun control. We have gun control. My gosh, I mean, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. I've said that probably about a dozen times just in this damn video alone. We have gun control. And I know this because guess what? I own weapons. But guess what? My kids don't even know where my weapons are. They're locked up. They're in a very safeguarded, hidden place in my home. You know, only I know where they are. Under lock and key. Biometric safe. So it's not like, you know, there's a key that's going to be found and, you know, whatever. You know, that's called being responsible. You know, my kids know that my bedroom or, you know, certain places in my house are off limits to them, you know, and that's part of setting rules and regulations from a very young age with my children. I had them when I was growing up. I knew I wasn't allowed to just go in my parents' room at will. That was their private space, you know. I mean, if I wanted something, I had to ask for it. I didn't just help my damn self. It wasn't until I was grown and I was paying for my own damn things where I could just help myself. That's the way it should be. You know, my kids, I gotta put them in check every once in a while. You know, they like to, like all kids do, like I did. They like to test the waters and, you know, see how far how much they can get away with. But that's all part of learning, you know, and that's all part of them becoming adults. That's all part of them being prepared to go out into society. And I'm proud to, you know, lost train of thought. I'm proud for them to have watermarked my last name on them. I take full responsibility for what my kids do. You know, I mean, while I can't force them to do anything, I can definitely definitely be an encouragement, or, you know, at least, man, this is bull. But they're not just running around their day-to-day lives completely confused and really don't know what they're doing in life because, you know, I've steered them in the wrong direction or whatever. I know for a fact that that's not the situation at hand. But some of these kids You know, there was that incident. Well, it wasn't all that long ago. What was it? What the hell? What did they say that one kid suffered from? He was so rich growing up. What was it, like affirmation or something? I don't remember what it was. I up until that specific scenario, I never even heard of that word being used. But anyway, this kid was so damn spoiled, had everything given to him in life, that he had ran some people over, and I don't remember if they were kids. I don't remember the story exactly. I just remember little tidbits of it. But he had hit them with his car, ran them over, killed some people, whatever, for whatever reason. I don't know what the hell was going on. But anyway, he was kind of, you know, let off with a slap on the wrist, so to say, because, you know, they said that he didn't know any better because he was spoiled.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
Well, then his parents need to get their asses whooped. I mean, there's no damn excuse. I mean, you're gonna spoil your damn child to the point where they don't know how to function as a living, breathing human being. I mean, to the point where they are so damn sheltered that they don't know that running people over in your damn car is wrong. And, you know, I mean, to the point where it's listed as a disease? Come on, man. That is crap. That just goes to show how just crazy our damn Justice Department is. You know, and again, don't go and twist what I'm saying around, because I have a lot of respect for our damn law enforcement, so on and so forth. But I know for a fact that money basically can buy you anything to a degree where if you have enough money, you can get the right lawyer to get you can have a technicality on just about any situation. And people get let off daily due to technicalities because something was done inappropriately. You know, my gosh, I need to damn concentrate a little better, but whatever. But you know, I mean, if we're going to constantly give everybody an excuse for why things are wrong, we're never going to improve. Nothing's ever going to get better. Things are only going to continue to get worse. I mean, I don't see how they can get worse, because you know, we're already giving these kids so many excuses for, you know, giving them things that they could just be absolute morons, and they don't have to suffer any repercussions for their own actions. And you know, and that's just wrong. You know, stop giving people, and I don't want to just say kids, because it's not just kids. I mean, there's grown ass adults doing dumb stuff every single day. You know, there's kids doing dumb stuff. Everybody does dumb stuff. But stop giving them excuses. You know, we're a way out. Hold them accountable. I mean, how about that? Hold them accountable. You know, they do something wrong, hold them accountable. You know, stop wasting time with, you know, because ideally what it's turning into is people are so scared to say anything anymore because everybody wants to cry, you know, racial injustice, or you know, they want to be, oh, it's because I'm a male. Oh, it's because I'm a female that I'm being treated this way. No, it's because you're a dumbass and you made dumb decisions that you're being treated this way. You know, that's what it boils down to. My God, I can't do anything. That's what it boils down to. Stop being such a little bitch and acting like, you know, you're oblivious to everything that's going on in society, and do what you're supposed to. You know, if you're grown enough to do what it takes to have children, well, guess what? You gave up all your damn freedoms and your benefits to bring on the responsibility of raising a child. That's all there is to it. If you didn't want the responsibility, you should have kept your ass out of the back seat of the Jeep, the bedroom, or wherever it was that you decided was a good idea to make a baby. How about that? But I don't know how much more I can beat this dead horse. I mean, I've absolutely sucked the life out of myself trying to play this game because, you know, I was trying to concentrate and focus on other things, you know, what I was talking about. So I kind of was like a little bit of distracted at times. But it doesn't change the fact that gun control already exists in the world. Just like, you know, you have to be 21 to drink alcohol in the United States. You have to be 18 to purchase cigarettes in the United States. There's, you know, proper forms and identification required for, you know, getting a passport to travel to other countries. There's different forms and identification you need to purchase a weapon. It's easier. I could probably go out today and get some sort of weapon off the streets, undocumented, whatever. I know that ain't right. I'm not willing to jeopardize myself or my family just because I want to take the easy route on something. All you gotta do is do what's right. How about that? Just do what's right. Stop saying we need more gun control. Stop crying freedom of speech. Well, if you have the freedom to speak your damn mind, you know, and everybody wants to talk about the President of the United States, whether you like him or you don't like him, at the end of the day, he is the President of the United States. You know, if you think you're entitled to freedom of speech to be able to, you know, badmouth the President of the United States, well, then you have the privilege of freedom of speech to step in when things aren't going properly, when you identify that there's an issue. And there's no excuse. Everybody's got a cell phone. Generally, by the time they're teenagers, everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got computers. Everybody's got access to this, that, and the other thing. It's available when it's convenient to you. Make it available to you when it's necessary. Do your part as a human being. Take control of your own actions. Take control of your property, yourself, your family, your children. Hold yourself accountable. Supervise a little bit better. Take a look in the mirror. See what it is that you're doing and what you could be doing. And stop placing blame where blame doesn't need to be placed. Nothing good is going to come from implementing additional gun control laws. All it's going to do is make criminals more susceptible and more easily armed to do whatever it is that they want to do, and it's going to put everyday society living human beings in harm's way. Because basically what you're going to do, you're going to disarm the people that are responsible. And I'll tell you what, if I had a sign on my door and that's just said, you know, no weapons allowed, probably isn't going to get as much traction from, you know, say somebody that wants to break into my house and do whatever. But if I had a sign on the door that says, you know, every member in this household is heavily armed and is not afraid to, you know, squeeze the trigger, whoever was potentially going to rob my house is probably going to think twice about it, you know. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to defend myself and my property and my family. You know, I hold myself accountable every single day. Every day I get up, I hold myself accountable. I hold my kids accountable. They make bad decisions. Depending on the decision, is dictates the type of punishment per se. I mean, it's not everything warrants a punishment. Sometimes they just need, you know, a stern talking to and an explanation of why this isn't right or why that's wrong, whatever. But I go to bed every single night and I wake up every single morning knowing that my family is secure within the parameters that I have control of. You know, I mean, I can get a phone call right now from the high school saying that this, that, and the other, whatever. I have no control over that. I don't fear for that because I know my damn family and I know my children. And I know what they are and are not capable of. Does that mean they can't just kind of wake up one day and go off the damn deep end? No. I mean, that could happen too. But I'll damn sure, you know, not going to say, well, you know, the school is at fault. No. They left my house this morning. You know, I'm still responsible for them. You know, yeah, the school has a responsibility once they're at the school, but they're not responsible for making sure that they got up in a good mood or that they ate breakfast and everything else. That's my responsibility. That is solely my responsibility as a parent. My responsibility to make sure my kids have everything they need and that they're loved and they know the avenues of approach to be able to talk to somebody in the event that they're not feeling well or something's not feeling up to snuff for them. That's my responsibility. The only responsibility the school has is to keep my kids safe from within the confines of their school and to give them a proper education. Teach them the basics of an education and prepare them for, you know, their future. That's it. Other than that, school's off the hook. You know, if they get hurt on school property, I've signed paperwork determining whether or not the school's going to be held liable or not. I have my own medical coverage for my children. You know, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, implement a little bit of fraud, waste, and abuse just to kind of get over. There's enough criminals out there doing that. Excuse me. But I think I've kicked this dead horse enough. I mean, I'm curious to see if anybody's actually going to leave a comment with some anything, you know, remotely, you know, justified as to their points of view. And I'm open. I'm level-minded. You know, I'm a very easy individual to get along with, and I have my own points of view and opinions, just like everybody else. But just having the experience that I have in life, everything that I've discussed and talked about is, you know, the way I feel. Is there more than one way to skin a cat? Absolutely. You know, but instead of blaming the car for me getting a DUI or DWI, and to be honest with you, most people don't even understand the difference between the two. Whatever. But it's not the car's fault. It's not, you know, anybody else's fault, but the individual that decided to get behind the wheel before they drove, you know. And they took on the responsibility, and they took on the they were willing to accept whatever consequences may come from it. Nobody gets up in the morning and says, you know what, I'm just gonna go ape shit today, you know. Or nobody goes out on a Friday night and say, you know what, I'm gonna get so damn messed up tonight that I'm getting a DUI. Yeah, buddy, who's in? High five. Nobody does that. You know, I laugh, and, you know, it makes me sick to my stomach when I hear people, you know, I hear young people talk, oh man, I'm gonna get so messed up tonight. Why? What good comes from you being all messed up? Do you enjoy feeling like that? You know, and trust me, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, speak reason here. I remember saying the same damn thing, and I look back and I'm like, damn. It's kind of like everybody looks back at their high school yearbook 20 years after they graduate and they laugh at the way they looked. I get it. But again, having lived a pretty well-rounded life up to this point, I'm about to be 44 years old. I think I've lived a pretty well-rounded lifestyle. I think I've had enough life experiences to understand basic wrong and right. But I can't say that for everybody. So let me know what you're thinking. If you take the time to view this, don't hesitate to take the time to drop a little small comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Or tell me I'm completely off the mark. Maybe I'm way out in left field. I don't know. I doubt it, but if I am, I am. I'm willing to accept that as well. I mean, I'm willing to come on, a social platform and put my business on the street by giving you my opinions. I'm a big enough boy that I can take criticism, or constructive or not. So let me know what you're thinking. And if you agree with anything I said, feel free to give a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. But I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. So, and I got some other videos that I'm probably gonna later on this week. As the week progresses, I'm gonna upload. I'll determine whether or not I'm gonna do them live or not. I mean, because I could definitely see how live could be a little different. I lose my train of thought because I'm focusing on a couple different things, but I wanted to give you a kind of raw, uncut perspective of where I was going with this. I was thinking about this morning, and my stomach was just turning, and my blood pressure was raising this morning just watching the news. And I was just watching these kids, and they're all, it started with them talking about, we need to implement gun control, da 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 da, we need to this and that and whatever. But then I actually had to rewind the and that's one thing about having the ability to rewind and fast forward live TV, but then they clipped to another segment, and I had to go back to make sure, but the same people that were saying gun control were the exact same kids from this high school are the exact same ones that were being interviewed, and they were all saying the same dang thing. That this individual, was emotionally disturbed. He has some demons, and he was battling all kinds of, withdrawal from society, and he just didn't feel accepted. Whatever. But the same people couldn't put two and two together, and nobody that was interviewing or gave them the time of day, nobody thought it was legit enough to kind of correct them, but I mean, you say this, but then you also acknowledge the fact that the individual had some issues, whatever they are. And I don't know what the extent of the issues were. I mean, that's none of my business. But you're pointing out the fact that an individual, you point blank say it was only a matter of time before he did this. How come you knew that? All your fellow peers knew that, but anybody that can make a difference or maybe potentially help the situation, they didn't know this. So you're just as damn wrong as the individual that was suffering through all the craziness. Now, I mean, it's a sad situation for the individual, his family, all the individuals, friends and family, the school, the neighborhoods, the state, the country had to go through something so horrific and tragic. But there were some things that could have been done a little bit differently. But instead of saying we need gun control, we might want to reevaluate that. And I think the more appropriate slogan here should be, we need some more self-control. We need to step up and hold ourselves accountable. We need to hold the individuals responsible, accountable. And that's about all I got to say about that. Let me know what you're thinking. You know, I welcome all comments. I'm looking forward to hearing and seeing what any of you got to say. And until next time, I'm out.